Hi, I'm Stuart Kennedy, IT editor at The Australian. This week we're looking at the HP Slate 7. Now this is a cheap tablet. We're talking $199 for 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is way down there. Now HP is no stranger to cheap tablets. You might remember back in 2011 they brought out a gadget called a touchpad. This was a 10-inch screen, pretty normal looking tablet, and it used HP's own Web OS. Now eventually when it came to Australia it came out at $499 and very rapidly dropped in price, so rapidly that a week later Harvey Norman was running the touchpad out at $99. The reason being that HP dumped the touchpad very soon after, like within days of launching it here. So they're no stranger to very cheap tablets, although perhaps they would have us not try and remember back to the poor old touchpad. Now the HP Slate 7 at $199, I think it has a few problems. The main one is the screen. The screen resolution is just 1024 by 600 pixels. This means that's not a whole lot of pixels, even for a 7-inch screen. By contrast, the Google Nexus 7, this is a 7-inch screen tablet that retails around the $249 mark for a 16 gig model, has a much higher res screen, 1280 by 800 pixels. It really does make a difference. I found the HP screen actually poor. The resolution's not there. I found the colours are kind of washed out. There's not a great deal of contrast, so it's difficult to get a decent black. Another problem with the screen is it has a ratio problem in that circles appear as slight ovals and squares, what are supposed to be squares, appear as slight rectangles. This is very evident when you're looking at screen icons. That aside, it has a few other problems. One is that there is no GPS, so you can't use it as a sat-nav. There is no gyroscope, so apps that use a gyroscope won't work too well on the Slate 7. Good things, it does have a micro SD slot, which means you can expand the memory. That's a good feature at this very low price point. And if you buy the 8 gig version for $199, you are going to want to expand the memory. Now, little HP also has a rear-facing camera, a 3 megapixel one, not a great camera, pretty grainy and blurry, only does 640 by 480 video, but a camera nonetheless, and competition like the Google Nexus 7 doesn't have a rear-facing camera at all. It also has a front-facing camera, handy for doing Skyping and video conferencing. Other good things, I reckon it's got quite good build quality for a real cheapie. Nice kind of soft plastic backing on the case. Stainless steel band. It actually looks stainless steel band around the middle. Actually, it doesn't look too bad for a cheap tablet. The trouble though is the screen. If you're someone that needs a decent screen to read websites, ebooks, look at movies, then I really would be looking at the Google Nexus 7 in this price point. The screen's going to annoy you. If, however, you're after just something that functions and you don't mind